Hi, I'm Charli XCX and this is Sounds. I got into music because of Britney Spears, really. I just was obsessed with her. And the Spice Girls, you know, I wanted to be Britney Spears and I thought that the Spice Girls were like 5 of my best friends. When I was 14, I had a MySpace page and I started, I found out about Ed Banger Records and all of the artists on their MySpace and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I just kind of wanted to try and make like French electro for a while, which I sucked at. But that's kind of like what started me actually making music, you know. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have like the full creative control. You know, I write treatments for my own videos because I connect so visually with my music anyway that the visuals really do have to come from my brain for me to like it and appreciate it, you know. I always feel like it's better to speak your mind, you know, especially when it comes to like opinions on like music and things like that. Not really like my personal life, but definitely music. I think it's always best to speak your mind and stand up for what you think, and people will call you a bitch for that, but I think it's really the best when people are honest. During True Romance, I was very like still quite unconfident as a writer, you know, and still really discovering who I was as a person, let alone me as an artist, you know. And I think that really showed through the work. True Romance and Sucker are really different sounding albums. I think True Romance is definitely a much more subtle album, much more vulnerable and naive and bruised, you know. Also more electronic, and whereas Sucker is definitely more brash and in your face and bitchy. Sucker is basically just a tongue-in-cheek comment on the music industry, really, you know. It's a big middle finger to all the haters and all the people who take everything too seriously apart from actually the music itself. Touring extensively is tiring. Like, your body just aches for like months basically, but it's fun. It's like a fun ache, and there's lots of champagne and vodka, so I can't really complain, and I get to like bring my ideas alive on the stage, you know. Fancy like blew up very kind of unexpected, I think, kind of for both of us, you know. There were very like low expectations on that song from like the record labels that we were working with and stuff, so it's kind of cool that it just like became this monster hit. Then I was performing on TV shows and dressing up as a cheerleader and dressing up as a prom queen and like doing all these fun TV things, and it was like living inside a dressing up box for like 3 months. It was cool. I already started on the next record, and there's a few people I want to work with on that, from like Stargate to A.G. Cook to Mr. Wazo. This girl Cuckoo who's opening for me today. She's amazing. She makes like dark pop music and it's really beautiful and ethereal. And I also really like Young Lean and I like Spooky Black. It's taking like a very hyperactive J-pop kind of route, and I really like that. But you know, it could change because it always changes. So, but that's where my head is at right now. I mean, I'm on my phone a lot, you know, like I'm like sitting on it right now. It's been like vibrating under my bum cheek. So yeah, I'm not really often without a phone, but yeah, I mean, social media, I like it. I use it to like get my personality across, but I rarely like interact on it because it just opens a floodgate to like crazy, evil, mean, like children masquerading as like people's fan clubs, but they're actually like evil. They're probably really nice kids in real life, but they say like crazy things like rip a child out of my uterus and shove it down my throat and make me come. It's like, what? So yeah, the internet's pretty weird. Slay queen. Kidding.